here with the two United fans from the podcast. We got Jay, we got Tristan. So United have finished 8th and 15th in the last 2 seasons, but for the first time in a while, they've actually looked really good. They've competed with top clubs and they've gotten big results. I want to hear your thoughts about your club and really just the direction.
I think, like, currently, to be honest, I think we're not in, like, the worst space we could be in. Like, I've definitely seen a lot worse United teams. I think the building blocks are starting to form, which is really nice. I feel like Amarim was trying to build something that was... I don't want to say what he was trying to build was necessarily wrong. I think he got rid of the deadwood, which was nice. He brought in players, which I actually think it's the one time you could, like, look at the board and be like, they've done a pretty decent job, right?
This
like,
been a good
finding guys who are, like, multi-position.
Yeah.
You know, right? So I think because of that, now coming into a new manager, that's the reason why we're struggling less, because I think those players were always suited to be talented footballers. They just needed to be put in the right position. One of the struggles is how do you get the best attacking players as in attacking position as you can? Mm-hmm. And I think that's what Amarim did well. And I think as much as we had like a lot of defensive like instability, that just came from the 3-back, which like naturally it happens because like being able to coach in a 3-back, if you don't have elite wide center backs, right? Like you're always going to get cooked, especially when it was like Amad Diallo at right wing back. But I think now you're starting to see like the frailties of like not having the attacking output, and because of that, they just come back on the counter, right?
Statistically, our XG is better.
Since Carrick joined.
Since Carrick joined. Yeah,
right? These past couple of like 5 games, our attacks have just been looking lethargic. It's almost we're losing that momentum. It's going to be hard, but I do like that we have stability in our midfield. A 3-man midfield will always work, and I think that's what we needed just to give us that little comfort a little bit, because watching Bruno and Kazi just dash up and down the pitch, there's so much two people can do against PL teams, right?
Especially because Casemiro is old.
Right?
And I think it really showed against Newcastle. Mm-hmm. Like they were bossing us up because they came to battle with us, and like that's not what we're used to. Neither is that what we're actually good at. We're not going to compete physically with these midfielders. Or we have like attacking output players and then like Casemiro, but Casemiro's old anyways.
It's too hard to go there. The atmosphere, everything. So I'm not going to really give United that stick. I think our main problem is just depth, right? Obviously depth. Rotating is a problem. Maybe that's what's coming into play now. We don't have those guys to come off the bench and stuff
for sure.
Like that, so...
I think we need 2 midfielders. That's not even a question.
Like 2 8s or something.
For sure, 2 8.
2 8s.
Well,
TBH though, I wouldn't mind spending 100 mil on Elliot Anderson.
Neither would I. I think that is a problem with United in general. Just because who we are as a name, everybody's always gonna like tax us no matter what.
Anderson would be what, the 6 or the 8 probably.
He'd be our 6.
He'd be our
Kazi.
Yeah,
he'd be our Kazi because we have Kobe.
Who for the? Oh, Kobe for the 8.
Kobe for the 8.
Yeah, Hundo. Yeah,
it'd be Kobe for the 8
10.
and then a Bruno 10 and then a backup 8.
You're not pairing Elliot Anderson and Mainu in a midfield with Bruno.
You're
Bro,
right.
Come
You're right.
on.
No.
You'd want 2 for the Premier League. You'd want 2.
Yes,
but I think Anderson.
I think I know what you're saying. You would rather like a Bruno with a
like
Joe
Anderson is not
Joe Linton. Tonali.
Joe, like if you guys get an Elliot
Anderson
Anderson and pair him with a Joe Linton,
and then Bruno,
you need to run.
That's huge. And then
but that's no. Everyone agrees with that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I think everybody would.
You guys just need a beater. You guys just need someone that grits their teeth.
Yeah.
Let's say we don't get Elliot Anderson. I don't mind like a Baleba Wharton as our 2 midfield signings.
Right? I like Pat Matosar.
I don't hate Bergvall.
No, these are decent guys, but together collectively, not coherent.
At all. Our best 6 option is probably Elliot Anderson.
We need to stick to that. It's PL. I don't want anybody else.
There's not many options outside of Michael Carrick. Luis Enrique is probably the only other person on my list bringing at United.
Yeah, I know the high line is not good for y'all.
I would rather a Luis Enrique high line, balls to the wall, send guys.
Like gegenpressing.
Exactly. Hansi Flick is kind of like high line, try and keep possession in the final third. I don't think we work like that. I would rather us commit and go score, commit and just hold the ball.
I have a question. Let's just say there was no rivalry between both Manchester clubs. clubs and he does leave at the end of the season, remove all biases aside, and obviously like he's not going to switch, you wouldn't take him? No. You wouldn't take Pep?
This has nothing to do with Pep. It has to do with Pep's tactics.
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm taking Pep, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm hearing here.
That nigga's tripping, bro.
Do I think United would get better under Pep? Undoubtedly. There's not even a debate.
Sure.
It's different cultures and it would only last so long.
Yeah.
Because you do need to put the biases aside and just be like, okay, let's say he was never a City manager, whatever. Still at that point, his tactics
He's
United.
not a system builder.
But if you ask me, would I take Jurgen Klopp in a heartbeat?
United gets CL. Tottenham managed to stay up. Enrique comes to Spurs. Carrick stays. Imagine
what are we
Imagine
talking
Enrique
about?
goes to Spurs.
What are we talking
Imagine.
That's
If
more
you
than a challenge, bro.
Guys, I'm not that moved.
You're not moved?
I'm
What
not
aren't
that
you moved
moved.
What aren't you moved about?
I know revisionism is bad. Hindsight is 2020. Barely beat Villa, like literally barely beat Villa. Arsenal, they were better than us. Donnarumma wasn't in net. That's a different game.
Yeah.
And even when Donnarumma was in net, Saka missed a sitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That-
That stuff doesn't work for too long. That's like a one season type thing. Like he's a Kawhi to the Raptors. You know what I mean? It works out for 1 year. If
for
it
1 year.
works,
Yeah.
it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. And you're gonna see it this season. They're so susceptible. They're actually so
They've had
bad. Because going to United, it's not gonna work. Not because he's not good enough, but that culture shift, you're gonna have to stay with him for a year or two to get it. You know what I mean? He doesn't get it. He's from a Barca, he goes to PSG. That's not United. United, they live and breathe it. I know PSG too, but the players are not like that.